the PSLV is a 4-stage vehicle. Up to the second stage, the performance was quite normal. Third stage, motor started perfectly. But during the functioning of the third stage, we are seeing a observation, and the mission could not be accomplished. After analysis, we shall come back.
T-minus 8 minutes.
In the ever-evolving landscape of Earth observation, satellites have emerged as silent sentinels orbiting high above, capturing critical data that shapes the way we respond to environmental challenges. From monitoring climate change and extreme weather to improving agriculture and disaster response, Earth observation technology is becoming the cornerstone of a sustainable future. The Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, has been at the forefront of this revolution, transforming lives and driving national progress through its state-of-the-art Earth observation satellites. On May 18, 2025, ISRO is gearing to script yet another glorious chapter with the launch of its Earth observation satellite, EOS-09, from the Satish Dhawan Space Center, SDS Ishar in Sriharikota. EOS-09 will work in tandem with its highly successful predecessor, EOS-04 satellite, to ensure seamless continuity of vital C-band microwave data, enhancing Earth observation capabilities. The spacecraft is configured using ISRO's RISAT-1 heritage bus, with most of the functional requirements of the synthetic aperture payload, SAR, and the bus platform systems have been derived from the earlier ISRO missions. The radar payload will be used to monitor vital applications such as agriculture, forestry, plantation, etc. in all weather conditions. It is also used for assessment of flood inundation, as well as to detect very feeble surface water spread. The EOS-09 satellite is designed with an approximate mass of 1,700 kilograms and a mission lifespan of 5 years. The ever-dependable PSLV-C61 rocket XL version, celebrated as the workhorse of ISRO, is set to launch the EOS-09 satellite into a sun-synchronous polar orbit. With 63 successful missions, including Chandrayaan-1, Mangalyaan, Aditya L1, and multiple launches for global customers, PSLV stands as an outstanding symbol of Indian ingenuity and reliability. This mission also exemplifies ISRO's commitment to space sustainability. EOS-09 is designed as a debris-free mission, with provisions to deorbit the satellite at end of life. The PSLV's final stage will also be maneuvered to a lower orbit to ensure early atmospheric re-entry, reinforcing India's pledge to protect the space environment. As the nation turns its gaze to the stars once more, EOS-09 stands as a symbol of innovation, resilience, and global responsibility. It reflects India's enduring vision to harness space for the betterment of Earth and common man.
ISRO aims to achieve best-in-class capabilities and place itself in a capable position with its space assets. EOS-09 satellite will join the fleet of emerging satellites empowering India.
Spacecraft Director to Mission Director. Spacecraft is configured for launch mode and it's healthy. EOS-09 is cleared for launch.
Mission Director, Roger.
Mission Director.
Range is ready for PSLV-C61 E09 launch.
Good morning everybody. This is Mission Director.
Mission Readiness Review and Launch Authorization Board have already given clearance for proceeding with the countdown and launch of PSLV-C61 EOS-09 mission. All operations in the countdown sequence till automatic launch sequence have been completed satisfactorily. Based on the clearance obtained from launch vehicle, spacecraft, range and distract network stations and prevailing favorable weather conditions, Mission Director hereby authorizes to initiate launch operation sequence for the launch of PSLV-C61 EOS-09 mission at 5:59 hours IST today, that is the 18th of May 2025.
The countdown for the mission has been 22 hours long. Precisely timed activities on the launch vehicle and satellite are carried out in this duration. The liquid propellants are serviced into the launch vehicle stages. Gas bottles on board the launch vehicle are charged. On-board batteries are charged. The range tracking systems check and recheck their operational capabilities and compatibility with the launch vehicle. The vehicle control systems are verified for their appropriate functionality. Meteorology systems at SDSC Shar acquire timely weather parameters and give input to the day of launch wind biasing program, which ensures that there is minimal aerodynamic loading on the launch vehicle during its atmospheric flight. Now it is T-minus 15 minutes. All systems converging towards full readiness for the launch. The automatic launch sequence also has been initiated. From here on, the ground computers will run a predetermined capsule of checks on the launch vehicle systems in a period lasting 14 minutes prior to T0. Very close to T0, the control is passed on to the onboard computers for the ignition of first stage at T0. T0 marks the ignition of the core S139 based PS1 stage and liftoff takes place. Ground-lit strap-ons ignite 400 milliseconds later and air-lit strap-ons ignite 25 seconds into flight. The action time for strap-on motors is approximately 70 seconds and ground-lit and air-lit strap-ons will separate from the ongoing launch vehicle in their respective timeline at altitude of 20 km and 47 km respectively. The first stage PS1 separates 111 seconds into flight and 200 milliseconds later the second stage PS2 ignites. The operation time for PS2 stage for present mission is 150 into flight and 200 milliseconds later the second stage PS2 ignites. The operation time for PS2 stage for present mission is 152.5 seconds, during which the launch vehicle reaches 200 km. Two major flight events take place. The closed loop guidance is initiated, wherein the trajectory is guided, implementing the progressive correction with respect to final injection conditions of the satellite. Also, since there is no atmosphere around to cause heating, the payload fairing is jettisoned. The ignition of PS3 stage takes place about 1 second after the separation of PS2. This solid motor stage thrusts for 122 seconds before burnout. For another 105 seconds, the launch vehicle continues to coast with PS3. After the separation of PS3, the coast phase continues for 10.4 seconds. The relative velocity of 6 km per second acquired by the launch vehicle at PS3 burnout is sacrificed marginally during the coasting phase to gain remarkable 628 km in altitude. The fourth stage, PS4, commences its operation 8 minutes 23 seconds into flight and continues to operate 8 minutes 29 seconds. The PS4 burns out at 16 minutes 52 seconds into flight. The launch vehicle then waits for the attainment of 534.86 km altitude for the injection of EOS-09 satellite. The first stage, called PS1, is a solid motor based on hydroxyl-terminated polybutadiene. 139 tons of propellant loading is the reason why it is called the S139 motor. The thrust of PS1 is supplemented by 6 strap-on motors, which are also HTPB based solid motors with 12.2 tons of propellant each. The second stage operates on hypergolic earth storable liquid propellant combination of UH-25 and N2O4. The legendary Vikas engine powers this stage. 41 tons is the propellant loading. Stage diameter 2.8 meters and height 12.8 meters. The third stage is again a solid propellant stage carrying 7.65 tons propellant. It is 3.6 meters high. The PS4 is the fourth stage powered by twin pressure-fed liquid engines using monomethyl hydrazine and mixed oxides of nitrogen. It has 2.5 tons propellant loading. The PSLV has a height of 44.5 meters and is of 321 ton lift-off mass.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Plus 5 seconds. Lift off normal.
Auto tracking.
PT driver tracking.
PSLV-C61 का सफलतापूर्ण उत्थापन प्रथम प्रमोचन मंच से अपने उद्दिष्ट कक्षा की ओर अपना सफर जारी कर चुका है।
Normal.
There's a magnificent lift-off. The morning sky made brighter by the PSLV. EOS-09 on its journey to orbit.
Strap-ons ignited.
The vibration of the rocket launch is indeed to the
Plus 40 seconds.
गर्जना करता हुआ PSLV-C61 आकाश में पूर्ण गर्जना से सबको अचंभित करता हुआ अपने उद्दिष्ट कक्षा की ओर जा रहा है।
First stage performance.
प्रथम चरण का निष्पादन, सभी तंत्र पूरी तरह सामान्य कार्य करते हुए।
Shar ground station currently tracking the launch vehicle and will continue to track till PS4 ignition around 500.
Ground lead strap-on separated. P2 change route SCBT2.
ग्राउंड लेड स्ट्रैप ऑन को यान से पृथक कर दिया गया है। इस घटनाक्रम में अगला एयर लेड स्ट्रैप ऑन को पृथक किया जाना है।
The ground lit strap-ons have been separated from the ongoing launch vehicle.
Strap-on separated.
And just now we have a confirmation that the air-lit strap-ons have also been jettisoned. Trivandrum station joined for the tracking. Action time for PS1 is 112 seconds for this mission.
Separated. Second stage engine started.
यह इसकी पुष्टि हो चुकी है। प्रथम चरण को यान से पृथक कर दिया गया है उसके कार्यकाल के पश्चात और द्वितीय चरण का प्रज्वलन शुरू हो चुका है।
Second stage performance normal.
The second stage has commenced its operation. 152.5 seconds action time for this mission.
द्वितीय चरण जो कि तरल नोदक पर आधारित L40 चरण है, इसमें लगे विकास इंजन की मदद से यह प्रणोद उत्पन्न कर रहा है। इसका कार्यकाल लगभग 152 सेकंड का होगा। पूरे सभी तंत्र सामान्य निष्पादन करते हुए और यान उद्दिष्ट कक्षा की ओर बढ़ रहा है।
The hydrate of unsymmetrical dimethyl hydrazine is the fuel and dinitrogen tetroxide is the oxidizer, both of which merely need to come into contact to be able to burn. They are called hypergolic propellants. Vikas engine with a thrust capability of 73.9 tons powers this stage.
अभी अभी इसकी पुष्टि की गई। ऊष्मा कवच को यान से पृथक कर दिया गया है तथा यान अब क्लोज लूप गाइडेंस के अंतर्गत कार्य कर रहा है।
Current altitude is 168 kilometers. Closed loop guidance has been initiated and the payload fairing has been jettisoned.
इस यान के अनुवर्तन के लिए 3 ग्राउंड स्टेशंस हैं। शार स्थित ग्राउंड स्टेशन, त्रिवेंद्रम तथा मॉरिशस स्थित ग्राउंड स्टेशंस हम तक यान के आंकड़े उपलब्ध करा रहे हैं। वर्तमान में शार तथा त्रिवेंद्रम स्थित ग्राउंड स्टेशंस इसे पूर्णतः ट्रैक कर रहे हैं।
Plus 4 minutes.
We are 240 seconds into launch.
Normal.
द्वितीय चरण का निष्पादन पूरी तरह सामान्य। कुछ ही क्षणों में हम देखेंगे द्वितीय चरण का कार्यकाल समाप्त होते हुए तथा इसे यान से पृथक कर दिया जाएगा।
Second stage separated, third stage ignited.
जैसा कि अपेक्षित था, द्वितीय चरण को यान से पृथक कर दिया गया है और उसके तुरंत बाद ही तृतीय चरण ठोस नोदक वाले तृतीय चरण का प्रज्वलन शुरू हो चुका है।
The third stage of PSLV has been ignited and it's performing normal. 122 seconds or 2 minutes approximately is the action time. PS3 adds significant relative velocity to the launch vehicle. It is increased from 4 kilometers per second to 6 kilometers per second at the time of its burnout.
यह तृतीय चरण है PSLV का। इसका कार्यकाल लगभग 122 सेकंड का होगा। इस दौरान यह कुल 480 किलो न्यूटन का प्रणोद उत्पन्न कर रहा है। इस दौरान दिशा निर्धारण के लिए फ्लेक्स नोजल कंट्रोल का प्रयोग करते हुए यह अपना दिशा निर्धारण कर रहा है। यान पूर्णतः अपेक्षित पथ का अनुकरण करते हुए जा रहा है। यह दर्शाता है कि गुणवत्ता कितनी सटीक है, आंकड़े कितने सटीक हैं। यान की ऊंचाई 326 किलोमीटर तथा सापेक्ष गति 5.6 किलोमीटर प्रति सेकंड। वर्तमान में मॉरिशस त्रिवेंद्रम स्थित ग्राउंड स्टेशन इसे ट्रैक कर रहा है।